Hi again, everybody. Welcome to the High School Football Game of the Week. I'm Jared Stewart alongside Tim Shoemaker and Mariano Royster. It's week number 10 of the high school football season. Tonight, we're at Fairfield Union High School where the Falcons will host the Circleville Tigers. Falcons coming in 0-9. The Tigers coming in 1-8, but I tell you what, anytime you've got a Mid-State League Buckeye battle like this, especially in week number 10, and especially here at Fairfield Union, it's going to be a good football game. Let's bring in Marion to talk about the Tigers, who are 1-8, but this team had a nice win earlier in the season against Logan Elm.
Yeah, and that was really their lone bright spot. You know, they've done some other nice things too, though, but the last 3 weeks haven't been so great. They played some really stiff competition in Mandaclear Creek, Taze Valley, in Hamilton Township. And while tonight they won't be playing a team with that same pedigree as those teams, they better be ready to play because they're going to be playing a very hungry and desperate Fairfield Union team looking for its first win.
Let's bring in Tim to talk about that Falcon team. Now, Tim, you know, we talked about it driving over here that regardless of what the record is, this is a team that's very well supported by their fans, and especially on senior night, these guys are hungry to go out on top with a win.
Absolutely. You don't want to go a season where you don't get that feeling of winning a football game. And, you know, with the senior group they have, and they're going to come out and they got to take away the run from Circleville, try to minimize any big gains because Circleville runs the football pretty doggone well, and try to establish some more consistency offensively and establish some drives and minimize the opportunities that they give Circleville.
It's the Personal Touch Party Rentals pregame show. Stay with us. The kickoff is coming up next between the Falcons and Tigers on the High School Football Game of the Week.
Hi, I'm Carol Whittington, and I would like to invite you to stop by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, located at 1540 Hubbard Drive in Lancaster. We are a small family-owned business and have been servicing the Central Ohio and Hocking Hills area since 2003. Graduations with a personal touch, weddings with a personal touch, corporate events with a personal touch. Please call us today for all your party rental needs, 740-689-6991.
Hi, I'm Amanda Wattenberg, Regional Director at Ohio Guidestone. Do you or does someone you know have a substance abuse disorder? Have you been thinking about getting help, but don't know where to start? It takes a lot of courage to ask for help, but it's the most important step you can take. If you think you know everything that's available in Fairfield County, think again. Like other chronic diseases, addiction can be managed successfully. Treatment enables people to counteract addiction's powerful, disruptive effects on the brain's behavior and regain control of their lives. Even if it takes multiple attempts, treatment does work and people do recover from addiction every day. So keep trying because your life matters. You matter, and we're here to help. Call 211 and ask for the treatment resources available right here in Fairfield County.
This message is brought to you by the Fairfield County Adam H. Board.
Welcome to the Green Machine. Like to be part of the Green Machine, keep me busy, and it's also important that we do it together as a group, and we plow and plant, and we have lots of produce. We have tomatoes like one here, and gourds, cucumbers, squash, crabbies, beets, microgreens. We also have flower arrangement, and we also sell bags, those tote bags out of animal food bags, and we sell them out in the market, farmers market.
It's a special place that keeps people healthy by eating a couple fruits and vegetables. I always show people, first time they pick raspberries and green beans, I show them how to do it like they do it wrong. Picking raspberries and green beans is simple, easy for me. When entering some things in the field like pumpkins, the gourds were growing, and everyone likes them. Tasty.
MVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Fairfield Medical Center, Ohio University Lancaster, Standing Stone Bank, North Body Shop, Dawn's Furniture, South Central Power, the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities, Fairfield National Bank, Jeffrey Wilson DDS, Matt Taylor Kia, Fairfield County Adam H., the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Parks, the Edwards Insurance Agency, Dagger Law, the Carriage Company, Connor Insurance Agency, Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, the Huddle Tire Company, Fairfield Federal, Lines Auto Service, Sheridan Funeral Home, and Buckeye Lake Marina.
Hosting the Circleville Tigers. It is time for tonight's Keys of the Game, brought to you by North Body Shop, providing quality customer service, parts, and reliability since 1979. Owner Mark North will provide you with a free written warranty on each estimate. That's Mark North of North Body Shop. He'll treat you right.
Well, for Circleville, Jared, it's to run the football. So obviously, a counter key point for Fairfield Union is eliminate, make sure they don't give them an opportunity to have big running plays. Realize that they're not going to put the ball in the air a lot, and really step up and see if they can get control of the game and maybe establish some offensive consistency. They played a really good team in St. Clair's last week, and it's hard to do that. A little outmanned, and but tonight they're going to get an opportunity if they can put their mind to it to do some things that Coach Brandon wants them to do.
I want to go down really quickly before the kickoff to Marion Royster. Marion, not too often in a week number 10 on a natural grass surface like this that it looks this great. This field looks awesome. Thanks to Brian Young and Hickory Valley Sod Farm. They do an outstanding job getting this field ready. Yeah, and kudos to them. The field does look great. It's in really good shape, and I wonder if they've had a lot of traffic on the field with some of the other teams and things like that are playing. But should be a good surface tonight for both teams.
Circleville Tigers will receive the opening kick.
It'll be the Falcons kicking off. Tonight's kickoff brought to you by Sheridan Funeral Home. Sheridan Funeral Home is proud to be supporting high school football. They've been serving the communities of Lancaster and Fairfield County for over 100 years. So the Tigers will receive back deep for Circleville, wearing all white tonight.
I was going to say, Jared, it's red and black.
Yeah,
if you like red and black, you're good.
Yeah. For a while there, especially when Liberty Union was in the Buckeye.
That's true.
It was Fairfield Union, Circleville, Liberty Union, Loganell. It was a lot of red and black.
Yeah.
Short kickoff is recovered right about the 36-yard line by the Tigers. They're going to have good field position to start this first drive, recovered by Trayton Shrake. Tigers led on offense by 5'9" freshman quarterback Scott Moats. Not too often you see a freshman starting at quarterback, but I tell you what, this means good things for the future for Circleville. And you always say it's grades 9 through 12, so it doesn't matter what grade you're in.
Yeah, if you're the best players in those grades and you're doing what you're asked to do, then you get a play.
Loose football on the opening snap, and the Falcons say they have it. How about that? Right off the bat. The Falcons recover the fumble.
Yeah, see, that's the opportunity, we talked about there in pregame. If you can just get some things to go your way a little bit, change some momentum, now can they establish something offensively?
Mario, was just a bad exchange from center to quarterback?
Well, it looked like the exchange was fine. The problem, what happened when he turned around and pitched the ball, it had hit the lineman to his right. So, unfortunate circumstance for Circleville.
Yeah. So the Falcons now with a great opportunity at the Tiger 36-yard line. Handoff to Isaac Darty going around the right side. Nice pickup on first down all the way out near the 30.
Good first down play.
Isaac, a 5'11", 185-pound senior. He's their leading rusher. On the season, Isaac has 166 carries for 519 yards. Second down and 5 for the Falcons. Patton works out of that shotgun. Coming opposite side this time. Same play opposite side. Here's C. Schultz getting around the outside. And he's close to another first down. I think he's got it up at the 25-yard line.
Well, you can kind of see a game plan already, Jared, after 2 plays. They're going to try and make Circleville cover the width of the football field. All 53 and a third yards. You can see they've gone right wide and left wide.
C. Schultz coming in, 13 carries, 56 yards on the season. If you like running football, this is the game to be at tonight. Both these teams primarily running football teams, and here's the replay of that one. Nice run by C. Schultz. Took a good hit there, but he kept on going for the first down. First down to 10. Patton, little screen pass, complete out to Schmelzer. Schmelzer still on his feet to the 5.
Yes.
Touchdown Falcons.
What a good call.
Little screen pass out to Ethan Schmelzer on the right side, and Schmelzer does the rest of it on his own.
Well, you know, we come here and we don't care who wins the games and does what, but I always like to see nice plays, and that was set up really well. Talk about extending the width of the field. 3 straight plays.
Yeah. On to kick the extra point, Luke Gornall for the Falcons. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is up and good. And just like that, the Falcons take advantage of a turnover to take the first points of the night, 7-0.
Well, that's really big for them. When you look, you see the replay right here. Look at it, a little flat pass. Gets on the edge, Jared. Good job of not blocking in the back.
Downfield right there by 3.
Yes.
Jaden Miller doing a great job downfield. Replays tonight brought to you by Matt Taylor Kia of Lancaster. Check out MattTaylorKia.com. So the Falcons on the board, 11:01 to play here in this first quarter. Great start for them, and Marion, that's got to bring some life to that Falcons sideline.
Absolutely. You couldn't ask for anything better if you're the Fairfield Union team. You know, again, wonderful drawn-up screen pass, executed to perfection, and gave him a real chance to get some good momentum going so far tonight.
So the Falcons to kick it off again. You got to like that. You have to kick off to start the game, and you get the ball after 1 play, and you score, and then you get the ball to start the second half. Tigers recover this kickoff right about the 25. The quarterback, Scott Moats, is the one that covers it.
That's got to feel good for Fairfield Union. They haven't scored more than 20 points in a game this year, and you got 7 in less than 2 minutes. So you got to feel good.
Yeah. You know, I was looking at the stats, for both these teams, but particularly for Circleville earlier today, and I was very surprised. Only 31 pass attempts in the entire season. Yeah,
where Fairfield Union, Patton will throw it. He threw 27 times against Logan Elm earlier in the year, so they will throw it 13, 14 times a game. But if you look at the linemen of Circleville, look at this good
nice
hard run
here.
Yeah.
And there was nothing fancy about that. No, it's just coming right at you, right up the middle.
Well, look at their front line, Jared. They're good size.
Yeah.
And if they're getting off the ball, we'll see here real soon if they get off the football on the snap and establish themselves.
72 Tate DeBoard, 6'1", 250, and a freshman. He led the way blocking that time for the running back, who was Trayton Shrake. On 1st and 10, coming right side this time is Isaac Payne. He's done the bulk of the carries this season for the Tigers.
Wow, this is what the Tigers, this is what they want to show you right here, Jared. Going to line up, going to run it between the tackles, establish that first, and then try to get wide. I mean, you kind of have a battle of wills here. You know, Fairfield Union wants to play wide with their speed, and Circleville wants to play in tight with their power.
They do have some good size on that offensive line. How about Austin Benson, number 52, 6'2", 355. Good-looking shot there from our field camera, Tom Russo, on 2nd down and 8. Looking right in it, quarterback Scott Moats, as Moats takes the carry and a nice run up to the 45.
Yeah, showed a little explosion right there.
Yeah, guys, I really want to piggyback on what Tim was saying earlier about, them running between the tackles. Talk about running between the tackles. They are really, really tight splits on those lines. I mean, it's something that I haven't seen much in football today with the tackles, the guards, and the center all being so close together. Then you have the fullback that's right behind the quarterback almost. Very different strategy from what you're seeing in the wide-open type of football in today's game.
You're right. Kind of reminds me of what we saw a couple weeks ago out of that the team, the Cubs. Lucas Cubs, man, they were
very similar.
Lucky Donaldson,
super tight in there.
Yeah, 22 bodies in a small area.
Yeah.
A little Canadian Football League play right there.
He was brought down by Nathan
one right and one going left, unfortunately.
So it goes on the Tigers.
We're in Rushville, not Toronto.
Tonight's officials are brought to you by Dawn's Furniture and Mattress, located at 1118 East Main Street in Lancaster. After the penalty to bring up a 3rd down and about 8 for Circleville. Speaking of Circleville, coming off of a very successful, once again, Circleville Pumpkin Show. I mean, that thing is well attended, isn't it? Every year.
It's been a couple years since I've been over there, but it's always a fun day.
Yeah. Anything pumpkin you can imagine. Looks like a lot of confusion again in the backfield, and they're going to call timeout. Notice there's a flag coming in. I don't think – did he get the timeout in time?
Timeout.
Yes, he did.
Offense.
Timeout, Tigers.
Timeouts tonight brought to you by the Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive. Check out their website at carriagecompany.com. I want to tell you about some other games going on around the area tonight. We've got 3 big ones that we're going to be particularly checking on. Amanda Clear Creek at Logan Elm. Amanda Clear Creek currently sits at number 4 in their region, needing to win most likely to get in and possibly even host. Taze Valley is at Bloom Carroll. Taze Valley is on top of the Mid-State League bucket. That's going to be a big, big, tough game for Bloom Carroll. They have to win to get into the playoffs.
You're right, and Bloom and Taze shared the league title last year, so this is a real big game.
There's the standings right now for Bloom Carroll in Region 15. You see there's 7-2, sitting at number 8.
Yeah, and the Cambridge Bobcats right on their heel.
Yeah. Bob, can we go back to the Amanda Clear Creek, their standings? Because there they are at 7-2 and 4th place.
They're pretty good shape.
Yeah.
But you want to host if you can.
Right. And then the other game we're going to be checking on tonight, Troy Christian is at Fisher Catholic. Fisher Catholic is currently 8th in Division 7. We'll get to that slate in just a moment, as on 3rd down, a short carry by, I believe, was that Keith Kelly? Number 8. I don't have a number 8 on my roster. A couple different numbers that we don't have on our roster for Circleville tonight. We'll have to check those in just a little bit. There's the standings in Region 27 for Fisher Catholic.
Yeah, must win for them also with Sims Valley there on their heels. And, you just want to make the playoffs because anything can happen. You don't know. There's no guarantees on these Week 10s.
Yep. 4th down and 7 for Circleville. They will punt it away. Nobody back to receive it yet for the Falcons. They're just going to let this one go. Nice high kick, angled out of bounds, and goes out of bounds right about the 25-yard line. That's where Fairfield Union will take over with a 7-0 lead and 7:46 to play in the first quarter. We'll say thanks to our crew tonight, our Interface Video Productions crew, doing a great job on the sights and sounds of this game. Of course, down on the field, Marion Royster. Our camera up top here, Jimmy Spires in the stadium. Our middle camera tonight, Josh Messerly. Down on the field, Tom Russo. Up here beside us, we've got Donnie Ziegfeld, Bob Campetti. Shane Messina, I believe, will be along in just a little bit. And, of course, behind us, keeping all the stats and keeping us all in line, is Beth Campetti.
Full-time job for Beth there.
I was going to say, you think she can handle that? Keep everybody in line?
Good run there on 1st down for the Falcons. Give them about 7 or 8 on the play.
8-yard gain, 2nd and 2 for the Falcons.
Had really good success the first drive, getting wide and 1st down gains, and just get consistent offensively.
2nd down and 2. Luke Gornall splits out wide to the near side. We've got twins to the right. Patton out of that shotgun, fakes the handoff, looking to pass. That's the same play that went for a touchdown earlier, but this time well covered.
Yeah, really good coverage, and you know he's got to take a little bit off of that on that one where you roll right, just a little more touch.
3rd down and 2 here.
I like the play though; they're really getting on the perimeter of the field here.
Isaac Doherty flanks Patton to his right, just a little bit behind him. He'll take the handoff, following those blockers and getting up across the yard to again. He's got the 1st down.
Yep. Watch the official there. Good job of keeping his head up and making a gain.
Good eyes. I mean, as soon as he took the snap, he took a little stutter step to the right to find that hole.
Because Circleville defended the play very well, actually. Got to give the back credit there.
So 1st and 10 Falcons at their own 37-yard line. Clock rolls at 6:33 to play in the 1st quarter. Patton again to Doherty. No, he keeps it himself. Big hole there. Nice decision by Blade Patton. Patton stays on his feet. We got a flag coming in as Patton's going to run to the end zone, but this one might be coming back.
Patton all the way in zone. There is a penalty marker on the
Circleville player down as well, guys.
Not only was he down, our cameras didn't catch it, but great sportsmanship out of Nathan Young for Fairfield Union. There was a Circleville player down, and he went over and helped him up, and we'll see what this penalty is.
We have a block in the back against the Falcons.
3.
We'll get our call from the official.
Block in the back. Number 3 on the offense. Repeat, 1st down.
But you know what made that play really good? Patton's fake.
You're right.
Outstanding.
It was great.
He sold the fake because it appeared as he was going to hand the ball off.
Yeah.
Repeat, 1st down.
Hey, you're 1st and 3, so you know you step back. You had a big play. You hate to lose that, but that happens. So you got to regroup. Things are going well for the offense for the Falcons.
That was a great looking play.
Yeah.
And you're right on that fake. That was impressive. See what they do here. 1st down and 3. Not a down in yardage you see too often.
No.
1st and 3.
I could make a living coaching at that.
Patton out of the shotgun, hands it off to Doherty. Doherty through the right side hole and has the 1st down. Nice carry out across midfield.
Yeah, a little fake pitch and then countered back, Jared. I like that. And you know what was really impressive is how hard the back hit the hole.
Yeah. Marion, he's a hard runner, and we mentioned a little bit ago, you know, if there's nothing there, he does a nice job of finding the hole. That time he saw it right away and just darted through it.
Yeah, he's shown a really nice job with great vision so far this season and really displaying that tonight. It's really nice to see this Fairfield Union team with you know, using that momentum. They haven't had a whole lot of success this far this season, but they're understanding the opportunity in front of them to get a win tonight and shown great promise thus far.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Here's Doherty again, going right side. They've done a nice job. They've primarily gone to that right, minus the one play, the first drive to the left, and that right side of the line is holding up, doing a great job.
Well, that's true. And Circleville's sending extra people defensively now. So, you know, Fairfield's going to maybe have to make the adjustment. They got through it that time. You know, you pick up 4 yards, you'll take that. But, you know, Circleville's really going to step up right now. The backers are stepping into the gaps, and they're shooting people in here.
I want to see if I can get some numbers for you on those offensive linemen on the right side. They're doing a good job. Actually, all of them are doing a great job tonight. Fairfield Union's put together a nice little drive here. See if they can cap it off. 2nd down and 6. Clock rolls at 4:58 to play in the 1st quarter. Trips to the left. One receiver out to the right. Here's Doherty coming left side, and nice job defensively this time by the Tigers getting through there. 44 and 16. 16 is Trayton Shrake, and 44 is Michael Clark.
Yeah, defended that very well.
A loss of 2.
Brings up a 3rd down and 9 for Fairfield Union. See what they come up here with here on 3rd and 9. Patton, that shotgun stands at midfield. Straight drop, looking to pass, fires down the near sideline, or middle of the field rather, and overthrown. His intended receiver was 24, Ethan C. Schultz.
Yeah, good play. Just, that's not quite executed on the pass. You know, the one thing we see at Patton, he has an arm. Now just take that talent that he has and, soften it up a little bit and work on your touch.
So the Falcons will punt it away. Nice high kick, gives his coverage team time to get down there. Takes a Fairfield Union bounce. This is not going to get nice fielding position, at least for the defense. Fairfield Union down inside the 15.
They flip the field, as they say.
Tigers take over 1st and 10.
So it'll be Tiger football 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. So what looked like a promising drive just stalled because of penalties.
Yeah, penalties hurt you because they're mistakes usually.
Sure.
So, it's no different than turnovers in basketball and fouls. Those are mistakes most of the time, and they do hurt your chances.
1st and 10 Tigers. Moats under center. Everybody bunched in tight as always for this Tiger team. He pitches it back, and straight up the middle is Trevor Dockery, I believe. Was that 17? No, 42. Isaac Payne.
Well, from Fairfield Union's point on defense, you got to make sure if they're going to, run those plays between the tackles and keep it tight, as Marion described, make sure you got to fill gaps. The linebackers and safeties got to fill those gaps and not allow them to break through, because there's really no defense once they get through.
Right. 2nd and 7. Moats again hands off, and this time a short gain. Forward progress stopped right about the 18-yard line.
Guys, that really puts a strain on the defensive line as well. Fairfield Union, to have those guys in there, so many guys in tight. It's almost like they're leaning on you the entire night. It almost looks like a rugby scrum from being this far, this close to the field, but has, been effective for them at times this season. So it looks like they're going to continue with it.
3rd down and 6. Moats. This time, good running room, and he's off to the races.
Just what we talked about, Jared. Once you get through and the gap's not filled.
And it's going to be a touchdown, Circleville, and I apologize. We don't have a number 8 on our roster.
76-yard run.
That is Wyatt Thatcher, guys, sophomore. Wyatt Thatcher, number 8.
Wyatt Thatcher. Thank you, Marion.
Wyatt Thatcher.
Wyatt Thatcher was the ball carrier.
So good run there for Thatcher. He's a good-sized kid, and sophomore takes it 76 yards for the score.
Now, once you break, the interior line and nobody's, there, it's off to the house.
Yeah.
Going for 2, Jared.
High snap. Moats has pressure. He's just going to keep it himself, and he's going to walk into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, but we've got a flag.
Got procedure.
On the 2-point try. Illegal procedure against the Tigers.
Got a dead ball. False start on the offense, number 34. Retry.
What you noticed, too, when they went for the 2, he was in the pistol formation, where he's usually in behind the center.
Yep.
But he has the ability to
kind
run.
of go to his left, too. Yeah. Not really used to that longer snap. So we'll see what they do here on the second attempt. Looks like they're going to continue to go for 2. Got to figure they have a shortage of maybe a kicking game if they're going for 2 after the penalty. Moats. Not much to do here. He's going to have to make something out of nothing, and he's going to be short of the goal line. So the Falcons will hold on to the 7-6 lead.
He showed some quickness right there, though. When he changed direction, I went, wow. Gave him a little Barry Sanders right there. But that is extra yards. There you go. Makes a big difference.
Here's a replay. Look at that, right down the line.
Great camera shot. Here's the play.
That
and see, there's
76-yard run, yeah.
There's no support back there. There's no, he doesn't have to beat anybody. Safety's so uptight.
And also to piggyback on that point, Tim, they ran a counter play on that. So when you've got a guard pulling or a tackle pulling or sometimes both, it only takes just that much to get through. And like you said, once they do, they're off to the races if they get past that second level.
Yep.
Good point there, Marion.
Interesting to see them, though, go for two even after the penalty. They do have a kicker listed on their roster. But don't know if there's maybe an injury to their kicker or.
Well, somebody's kicking off, though. I mean.
Yeah, that's a 37. That's another number I don't have on the 32. Again, another number I don't have.
Can't help you on that one, Jared. I don't have them either.
Nice job on the coverage there on the 38-yard line. That ball took a pretty quick bounce. But number 30, James Sunkel for the Falcons, covers it.
James Sunkel downs the ball.
So the Falcons will take over first and 10 with a 1-point lead. 2:22 to play in the first quarter. Let's check some other games going on around the area. Pickerington Central leads Grove City 7-0 in the first quarter. It's Reynoldsburg over Lancaster 13-6 in the first quarter. Actually, Pick Central just scored again, 14-0 over Grove City. We'll get to some others after this play. You know, when Patton goes out of that shotgun like that, that's more of a shotgun, traditional shotgun. He's got Doherty standing behind. He's 8 yards off the line of scrimmage. Here's Patton. Big hole on the right side. Patton leaps over a would-be tackler and gets across midfield.
Same play they scored on earlier going left. They went right with it. Why not?
Something tells me they're going to have a lot of success on that play tonight, guys. And the other thing, you know, Patton's such a big kid, such a fast kid. When he gets in the secondary like that, when you've got smaller defenders in the secondary like Circleville kind of does, he's got an advantage to break some tackles and run away from people.
Yeah, he definitely does. He's an impressive runner.
Good stride. He's 6'3", so he's got a nice stride.
Yep. Patton again with Doherty behind him. Doherty will take the handoff. Good blocking on the left side. Doherty trying to get to the outside. Will pick up about 4 on the play. Knocked out of bounds right about the 41. Some other scores. No score, Canal Winchester and Big Walnut. It is Pick North leading Gahanna Lincoln 7-3 in the first quarter. Bloom Carroll leads Taze Valley 7-0 in the first quarter. Harvest Prep leads Liberty Union 7-0 in the first. It's Fisher Catholic over Troy Christian 14-0 in the first quarter. And Amanda Clear Creek leads Logan Elm 7-0 in the first quarter. Bern Union over Grove City Christian 13-0 in the first quarter. We have a timeout on the field. Tim, that gives us time to thank some sponsors who have been on board with us all 10 weeks of the season.
Well, let's say thank you to South Central Power. They salute all linemen, so they're proud to present their Lineman of the Week during the 2019 high school football season. Each week, they're going to spotlight a different lineman from South Central High Power and the local high school team. So follow them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and see all the great linemen. Profiles will also be available on southcentral.com. South Central Power, we're your hometown energy team.
Tim, as you were reading that, Cameron Shirkey kicks a field goal, and Bloom Carroll goes up 10-0 on Taze Valley.
Well, he's not a lineman, though. He's the best place kicker in the area, at least one of them anyway. He's in the top 3, I would say.
You can also watch it on the CLN.
Second down and 6 for Fairfield Union.
I'm going to ask Andy Clark or Matt McPhail, what's the deal with the checkerboard? I just want to know.
Yeah.
I mean, quarterback draw.
Good job by Patton again with another first down run.
Patton, the ball carrier.
Well, they've been pretty consistent here with their drives. You know, the one penalty hurt them, but they're still moving the football.
Yes, they are.
Favor. He is good for another Falcon first down.
Very impressed with the running of quarterback Blade Patton.
First and 10, Falcons from the Tiger 34-yard line.
First and 10 at the 34. Patton this time. Screen pass out to Nathan Schmelzer. Schmelzer breaks a tackle across the 20. A flag comes in as Schmelzer dives for the goal line. This one could be coming back, though.
There's a penalty marker on
that would be the second touchdown called back due to a penalty. We always say sometimes there's reasons they score, though.
That's true.
You know.
Tell you what, though, on both of those screen passes that Schmelzer has taken in, he's done a great job with yards after the catch.
Holding. Number 3 on the offense. First down repeat.
Turn your split end, didn't it?
Don's Furniture and Mattress call by our officials tonight. Our officials.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Well, you just heard referee Dennis Ray, umpire Tony Taylor. The head linesman is Mike Rader. The line judge is Dan Drummond. The back judge is Rick Allen.
Over at Fulton Field tonight, Troy Christian has scored on Fisher Catholic and actually went for 2. It's now 14-8 Fisher Catholic. Going to keep a close eye on that game, as well as Bloom Carroll and Taze Valley and Amanda Clear Creek at Logan Elm. Those are the 3 teams that right now give us our best shot of doing a game in Week 11 here in the area. First and 12. Doherty just doing anything he can to get out of that, and he's not going to make it.
Wow. That was just blown up with way too much defensive penetration initially. He couldn't even establish where he was going to go before he got hit.
Second down and 16.
Brings up a 2nd and 16. Time runs down inside of a minute to play here in the first quarter. Patton rolling a little bit to his right, screen pass back over here to the near side. Schmelzer with the blocker out in front of him. He's going to try to outrun a defender. He does it. Schmelzer down the sideline. Touchdown Falcons. Ethan Schmelzer, or check that, Nate Schmelzer, with his second score of the night. He is impressive on that little screen pass.
What a nice play call and execution of that play, Jared. To roll right and then throw that back.
Yeah.
He only had to beat one person, and you know, he had just enough speed to get away from the defender, and then he was to the house, as they say.
Luke Gornall comes on to kick the extra point for Fairfield Union. Kick is up and just barely got in that right upright.
Gornall's kick is good.
Watch right here. Watch him roll right and throw back. He's got to beat this one defender who gave a great effort to try and catch him. Just enough speed.
Well, another thing that's, excuse me, guys, another thing that's really good about that play, you think about how they set it up. They had ran a couple, 2-3 screen passes, 2 of which scored. One got called back, running to the strong side, going to Schmelzer. Then they throw this throwback going away from the strong side on that play, completely fakes out the Circleville team, and they get a touchdown on that one. Just a great play call and way to set up your play calling by the offensive side of Fairfield Union.
Yeah, good call, Marion. 14-6 Falcons with the lead, 24.3 seconds to play in this first quarter. You mentioned 13 running after. I tell you, that's he gave great effort. Lucky Donaldson for the Tigers almost had him.
He was within 1 yard of just stopping the play, but that's the difference in speed kills.
Kickoff will be taken right about the 24 and up to about the 29-yard line. That's where the Tigers will take over with 18 seconds to play in the first quarter. Another score over at Fulton Field as Fisher Catholic now leads 21-8 as Nick Kruner runs a touchdown in from 30 yards out.
Sounds like that's going to be a shootout over there.
It does, doesn't it?
He was tackled by Aaron Snyder.
So the Tigers go back on offense. You know, for them, it's kind of been big plays. I mean, they'll have a yard here, a yard there, and then boom, they'll break a big one.
Yep. Well, you know, again, we'll see here. Same formation.
Pitch back coming to Isaac Payne. He'll pick up just a couple on the play.
Isaac Payne, the ball carrier for the Tigers. Short game.
You know, Scott Moats gets behind that lineman, Jared. As a freshman, I can barely find him.
Yeah, it's hard to see him.
Yeah.
So a very good first quarter for the Falcons as they lead at 14-6 here on senior night on their home field. There's the drive summary. 6 plays, 62 yards, 2 minutes off the clock, 41-yard touchdown pass from Blade Patton to Nate Schmelzer. That's their second hookup of the night for a score.
Yeah, it's been an entertaining first quarter. Like I said, a little battle of wills here. Circleville wants to pound it, and then maybe hit a big play like you said. And Fairfield Union had a great first quarter as far as getting wide on the play calling.
Yeah.
Screens to the right, screens to the left, toss pitches, good hard runs, had some big plays, showed some speed.
Tim, I want to ask you and Marion, we're talking about these 3 teams that we're following their scores tonight to see if they can make it into the playoffs. Amanda Clear Creek taking on Logan Elm. Logan Elm, I believe, with 1 win on the season. However, they're close neighbors with Amanda Clear Creek. How much does it play into the minds of those players that, hey, we could possibly play spoiler tonight? Marion, were you ever in that position as a player?
Absolutely, yeah. And it's huge, especially when you talk about a rivalry like that that's so strong. It is very, very important and gives those players the extra motivation Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday in the preparation time, which is really the most important when you think about when you're preparing for the team, especially when you're a team like Logan Elm that may not have that same drive and motivation because you haven't had as much success, but it can make a real big difference.
And right now they trail just 7-0 against Amanda Clear Creek in the second quarter. So good call there, Marion.
Yep.
11:37 and counting to play here in the first half as the Tigers face a 3rd down and 4.
Jared, you also got to remember these players have played against each other probably since
youth
league,
right. Yeah.
all the way up, and they know each other.
Yep.
And I've always said that players are much more resilient than coaches. They move on.
Yeah.
For me, if I had a loss and I didn't get to play till the next week, I'd probably be bemoaning it for several days. But
what are you talking about? Years, Shu?
Yeah, well,
we take some of these long trips, and I get to listen to losses from 1983.
Hey, we didn't lose any that year. What are you talking about? No, they do. They sting, and But players are much more. I was fortunate in the same way. You move on.
Wow,
and,
how about that? 4th down and 1, and Falcons just did exactly what
Dead
the Tigers
ball.
wanted them to do.
Encroachment by the defense. Be a first down.
The hard count drew them off sides.
Yeah, those are just the kind of things that drive you nuts as a coach, though. And that's you just can't do those things and be successful. You got to have a little more discipline than that.
1st and 10 Tigers at the 43-yard line. Moats. That was an awkward-looking play there, but a handoff coming to Wyatt Thatcher, who's had a good night and another good run there out to midfield.
Well, Marion talked about it earlier. They're pulling linemen right there. They ran a little counter again. They pulled a guard and tackle.
To the ball carrier.
You know what's interesting? Going through channels, now that we have baseball's over and football is on the weekend and there's a few more. I happened to hit a thing on the Washington Redskins and Joe Gibbs, and I'll bring it up here in a second.
2nd and 3 for the Tigers, and it looks like they're going to pick up the first down on the run there. I believe it was Payne on the carry.
Anyway, the Washington Redskins used to be one of the top teams in the NFL. Of course, I'm dating myself a little bit, but Joe Gibbs was
John
the coach.
Riggins running.
Yeah, there you go. See, I'm not that far removed, but they ran a lot of those type things where they would pull linemen. They had a play called counter trace and with a number on it. And they were talking about and showing film. It was quite interesting, and that is very similar to
is that
what
back
I
when
saw.
when the fans for Washington would wear the pig
Absolutely.
snouts? Yeah. Fumble. And who's got it? Officials will go in and figure it out. They're going to say Circleville got it back.
Tigers, 2nd down.
Yeah, they wore those because the linemen were called the Hogs.
Mm-hmm.
Many of them made the National Football League Hall of Fame. Those teams were really good back then. And,
was Bob Jacoby, was he one of them?
He was number 66 was a guard for the Redskins. And,
Jim Lachey.
That's right, Jim Lachey.
Jim Lachey, who announces the Buckeye games with Paul Keels now.
Yeah.
John Riggins was the fullback who they featured.
Tell you what, that's something that's kind of a lost art. You don't see a fullback anymore in college or pro.
No, just split backs.
Here's a handoff to Trayton Shrake
You
to
know,
the right side.
Sports evolve. They change. You know, basketball's done that. You know, baseball's even evolved here. It's a different kind of way it's played, and whether you like it or not, it's just the way things go in life. You know, I say if you want to make progress, you got to have changes.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're not always good, and you have to evaluate those and then maybe revert back. But to make progress, you got to have changes. So
3rd down and 9. Big 3rd down play here for the Tigers. You're right. Moats gets way down in that stance. Hands it off to Thatcher. And not going to be enough for the first down.
I think he's going to go for it.
I think you're right. Why not? You're mentioning Washington. Speaking of Washington, they are the new world champion of Major League Baseball. Our own Bob Capetti actually went to one of the World Series games.
Yeah, he almost jinxed them right out of they're up 2-0 when he doesn't go.
Game
and then
3,
they go and they lose.
Bob? Game 3?
You know, I mean, I'm like, Bob, come home. Come home, Bob.
After this play, see if we can get a picture from Bob's trip. How about that? 4th down. The Falcons do a great job stopping him.
A great job of stuffing it right there.
So Fairfield Union will take back over. There we go.
How about that?
That's awesome. First ever World Series for the Washington Nationals / Montreal Expos.
Quite unique.
That was a great series, too. First time ever that the road team won every single game, and probably will never happen again.
Well, it had never happened to now, so the chances are pretty slim, Jared.
Yeah. 1st and 10 Falcons. 2 receivers out to the near side, 1 to the left. Doherty flanks Patton to his right. Here's Doherty on the carry. Nice job going around the right side, following his blockers. Downfield, and he's got a first down.
Yeah, he did a really good job of bouncing when he needed to bounce outside. Gain that those extra yards for the first down.
Out there on the far side, number 11, Luke Gornall, doing a great job blocking downfield. We saw him earlier doing that as well.
If you're going to run the ball on the perimeter, your receivers have to block. And, I mean, you know, we've talked about that with Marion before. He was in predominantly a running offense at Ohio University with Coach Grobe. And if you're going to play, you're going to block.
That's right.
There's an art to it, guys. Like, you have to appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Coming around from the right to the left was 24, Ethan Seaschultz. That's going to be a loss on the play.
You know, the Buckeye receivers do a great job. If you happen to watch Ohio State football, their receivers do a really good job downfield blocking. And that's not just something you go out and just do because you can do it. You're taught, and then you're asked to perform it.
2nd down and 12. Clock rolls at 6:56 to play here in the first half. Falcons just across midfield. Looking to boost this lead. Patton looking to pass. Nice pass and nice job holding on to it. Ethan Seaschultz did a great job on the tip drill.
Patton put that one right there, though.
Yeah, he did.
You know, he did a really good job.
And that was the one that we saw earlier going the other way that he overthrew.
He just threw it a little too hard. Well, you got to understand the distance between the receiver and the thrower.
Yeah.
Good for first down.
In all sports, in baseball and basketball too, it depends on how much velocity the ball needs. Depends on how far. You're 3 feet from him. You don't have to throw a bullet.
Gives the Falcons another first down at the Tiger 36-yard line. Patton keeps it himself. Another good decision by Blade Patton up across the 30.
Good fake, though.
Yeah.
Good fake.
Falcons looking pretty good here tonight so far. Let's see if they can cap this drive off with a score. 14-6 right now.
Sometimes you know how to throw the jinx right down there, don't you? Man. You just put it right out there and say, take a bite of that.
I thought you weren't superstitious, Shu.
I'm not, but I don't like to get too warm and fuzzy in the middle of a game when things are going well, you know?
Patton hands it off to Doherty. Doherty again follows the block of Gornall. Doherty down inside the 10 and out of bounds right about the 5-yard line.
They have just been on the perimeter all night.
Runs it down to the 5-yard line.
Tell you what, you're not going to see Luke Gornall's name in the paper and for any receiving stats, but he has done a fabulous job out on that outside block. And Marion, you seeing what I'm seeing from him, number 11?
Yeah, seeing it right up and close, Jared, and he's doing a fantastic job. And the one thing about blocking on the perimeter, it doesn't always have to be pretty. It doesn't always have to be some dominant pancake block. Sometimes it's just a matter of moving your feet, staying in front of the guy, working hard. You don't have to necessarily move him out of the way, but just make sure he doesn't make the tackle.
First and goal. Patton keeps it himself, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Falcons.
The most points they've scored in a game this year, Jared, is 20. So we're at the edge of breaking that. That's why you keep practicing, you keep playing as teams. Both these teams, you got to admire the kids. They're coming out. We're getting great effort from both teams, coaching staffs. That's what it's all about.
Extra point from Gornall is up and good. And the Falcons with 5:38 to play in the first half. They lead it 21
left in the
to
second
6.
quarter. Fairfield Union 21, Circleville 6.
You know, guys, just to piggyback on the point that Tim was making just a minute ago, I find a lot of times, and unfortunately I wouldn't like to admit it, but I've been on a couple teams that haven't had a great season, 2-8, a 1-10 team my last year at Ohio University. And what you find sometimes when you're in the midst of a season that's not going really well, the hardest opponent you have faced isn't necessarily the guys you line up against that weekend. It's staying focused and keeping your guys engaged on a team and making sure that they don't, lose drive or don't want to come out on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday again when it's time to get ready. And again, kudos to both these teams, particularly the Fairfield Union team. They've come out and really been ready to play and shown great initiative and drive despite not having any wins on the season.
That's good stuff, Marion. That's a great point.
Well, and also everybody's result-oriented, Jared.
Yep.
And sometimes it's the process, and that's what Marion was just talking about, the process of being focused, of getting better, staying on task. That's critical for young people because those are life skills. But, we're in a society where if you don't win, you're a schmuck, and, and if you are, everybody loves you. So, it doesn't always work that way. So, kudos to both the groups.
First half scoreboard tonight is brought to you by Sheridan Funeral. Check that. It's Connor Insurance Agency. I looked up one. There's no place like Lancaster, Ohio, and Fairfield County. And like you, owner Shirley Connor is proud to call them home. Shirley will provide you with superior customer service, professionalism, integrity, and honesty. Learn more at ConnorInsuranceAgency.com. You see that scoreboard and the clock ticking down there at the bottom of the screen. 5:30 and counting here in this first half, with the Falcons leading 21-6. And there's the drive summary: 6 plays, 57 yards, a 1:57 off the clock, a 4-yard touchdown run for the quarterback Blade Patton. Second down and 7 for the Tigers. Moats out of the pistol this time. Pitches it out to the right side. It's still Payne taking it, and he picks up about 4 or 5 on the play. Up in Reynoldsburg tonight, the Raiders lead the Golden Gales 13-6. That game in the second quarter right now. Pickerington Central all over Grove City, 28-0 in the second quarter. Still no score listed for Canal Winchester and Big Walnut. Pickerington North leads Gahanna Lincoln 7-3. That game in the second quarter. Third down and 5 here for Circleville. Here's Payne bouncing it to the outside. Payne with that effort right there at the end, I think he picked up the first down.
Well, he is their leading rusher this year, Jared. He came in with over 550 yards, and, good call by Coach Catras there. You're going to give it to your best runner in that situation.
Continuing with some other scores, 10-0 Bloom Carroll over Taze Valley. There's a good look at where we are high atop this stadium. I'll tell you what, there's no better place to come to a high school football game than Fairfield Union. Just great scenery. They treat us right. The stadium's nice. Press box is nice as the Tigers here with a big run. Wyatt Thatcher again. Thatcher with the stiff arm. down inside the 20 and finally brought down inside the 15-yard line. Wyatt Thatcher having himself a game tonight.
He deserves to be on the roster, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
You know.
Long gainer is good for Circleville. First down.
Maybe he's there and it listed as a different number.
Yeah, he is. He's listed as number 6.
First 10 Tigers from the
So we'll have to change that.
And he's a good-looking sophomore.
So looking at his stats, rushing this year, let's see, Wyatt Thatcher, 63 carries, 275 yards.
Gave a little push off. Pushed him away and got those extra yards. Oh, wow.
The Falcons again take over, and we've got a penalty flag coming in late.
Covered by the Falcons. Ethan C. Schultz, penalty marker.
After the recovery, dead ball. Unsportsmanlike, 76. 76, taunting.
Dead ball.
On them.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Falcons.
That's against
Their
Fairfield
ball,
Union.
but we're going half the distance.
So the penalty takes it half the distance to the goal.
76. 76. First unsportsmanlike.
C. Schultz did a nice job recovering that one for the Falcons, and they'll take over deep in their own territory here at the 8-yard line after the penalty.
Ball spotted on the Tigers' 8-yard line.
And we have a timeout on the field.
Timeout.
Falcons will take it. Tonight's timeouts are being brought to you by the Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive. Check out their website at carriagecompany.com.
And let's give a big thanks to Standing Stone Bank. Whether you're ready to tackle a mortgage loan or need cash for home improvements, make Standing Stone Bank the key player in your home or business financial plans. Business to business, neighbor to neighbor, let's grow this town together. Standing Stone Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Continuing to check some scores. Bloom Carroll leads Tays Valley 10-0. It's Harvest Prep over Liberty Union 7-0. That game listed still in the first quarter. Fisher Catholic leads Troy Christian 27-14. That game still in the first quarter. I think you were right about the shootout.
Throw some defense out there, guys.
Exactly. Amanda Clear Creek still listed as a 7-0 leader over Logan Elm in the second quarter now. Bern Union all over Grove City Christian 27-0. And it's Miller leading Fairfield Christian 7-0. Fairfield Christian, man, they were so close last week. Had a lead late in the ball game, then lost it, and I think they ended up losing by 7 or 8 in that game.
You know, the story on that game, that was just settled 2 weeks ago. I guess Miller had a team, Federal Hawking.
That's right.
All of a sudden went out.
Like week 4,
they
5,
didn't have
6,
enough kids,
like that,
and they decided not to finish out, and Fairfield Christian
Did they
took
not
the
have
opportunity.
Apparently didn't have.
They didn't have a game, so it worked out.
Yeah. I bet you for Fairfield Christian it was probably the Rosecrans game.
I think it was.
Worked out for both of them then.
Yes, so very fortunate. Kids get a play.
Circleville will take a timeout here as Fairfield Union on first down just gained a yard. So they're looking at possibly, you know, if they can get a stop here, get some good field position before halftime and maybe punch one in.
Well, they've had a really tough time, you know, getting out on the flanks, and Fairfield using their speed and actually executing very well, whether it be screen pass or runs wide.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just haven't had to run the ball inside. They've just gotten on the perimeter so much.
Want to invite you to stay tuned. Coming up at halftime, we'll have the Fairfield Union Marching Falcons, their show from the Parade of Bands at the Fairfield County Fair. Always fun to watch those the Parade of Band shows, and we've got their show from there, so we'll take a look at that.
Back when it was sunny and warm
yeah.
at the end of October.
Yeah. Boy, it changed in a hurry, didn't it?
I know. 2 weeks ago.
Trick or treat last night was miserable.
I just passed out. I just passed the candy out. So I didn't. There
There's
you go.
a preview of what we'll see at halftime.
Yeah. Look how nice those days were at the fair. Wasn't the fair nice? Yeah. I think Bob's just being hopeful there.
Marion doesn't want to hear you talking about it being nice. It's a little chilly down there tonight, right, Marion?
Yes, it is a little chilly, but last night was way worse. I will say. It was rain. My kids were troopers. I got to give it to them. We made it around about 2 or 3 streets before they finally gave up. But, I'll take tonight over last night any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Just a bit windy last night.
Yeah, and the rain didn't help either.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite candy that they got for you last night?
For me, that's right, because my youngest are 22 months and 3. So we don't have them eat a bunch of candy, but lots of candy bars, Hershey's, chocolate, Milky Way. Yeah. What Mom and I will be partaking quite a bit.
3rd down and 3 coming up for the Falcons. Big 3rd down here. More so defensively for Circleville. If they can get a stop, they might have some good field position to work with before halftime. Patton.
Here they come.
Hands it off to Doherty, and a nice job defensively by Circleville. 44 coming in there. That's Michael Clark on the stop.
Yeah, he did a good job. Just sent extra people.
Circleville. It's their 3rd and final timeout.
Falcons couldn't get them all blocked.
That's their 3rd and final timeout.
It'll be the final timeout for Circleville as they will force Fairfield Union to punt. 2:34 to play in this first half. You know, looking at the season for these two teams, we mentioned that Circleville comes in 1-8. Their one win was against Logan Elm, 20-14. And that game at Logan Elm, which that's always a battle, too. Those two teams very close together. There you see Circleville's schedule. And then the Fairfield Union schedule, if we can get to that one next. You'll see that, you know, this is why you can't look at things on paper because you know, Circleville beats Logan Elm 20-14. And then if we look and see what Fairfield Union did against Logan Elm, you'll see that they lost pretty good to Logan Elm, 27-7.
That game was played on a Monday because of all the lightning down here.
Yeah.
On that Friday night, they had to move it to Monday.
Uh-oh. High snap. Gornall. What a job by Luke Gornall to just get it away.
Kidding.
Holy cow. Look at this. Going to roll all the way down to the 41-yard line. Man, Luke Gornall.
Punts it out to the
He's an athlete.
He got a 26-yard punt out of that. Wow. Pretty amazing.
Snap goes over his head. He's got pressure. He kicks it on the run from the end zone.
A lot of pressure. I was thinking just dive on and take the safety for 2, but
41-yard line.
He made it work.
Well, guys, I'll say that unfortunately for Fairfield Union, that's kind of been, they've had that happen 2 or 3 times this season with a bad snap on the long snap of a punt or something like that. So I think Garnall has a little bit of experience of understanding of collecting the ball and getting a punt off as best as he can.
Yeah. Here's Payne running up the middle to the 35-yard line. Good run there on first down. Clock going to continue to roll at 2:14. Isaac Payne, a 6', 190-pound junior. This is how the game changes. He's listed as a tight end on their roster that's printed at the beginning of the year. And they've kind of realized that we got to get this guy the ball more. Bring up a 3rd down and 3 for the Tigers.
Yeah, they're establishing their pace here a little better. Got to have some urgency. They've just had some key mistakes that have really hurt them offensively.
Yeah. Moats. No, check that. It's Lucky Donaldson. Is that 13 carrying it this time?
Yep.
Not going to be enough for the first down. So 4th and 3. They'll give him no gain on the play.
Falcons did a great job last time.
And 3 to go.
Fourth and 3 at the 34-yard line of Fairfield Union.
You know, we were having trouble picking Moats out. I mean, Lucky's only 5'6".
That's true.
I mean, he's tough behind that line. You can't find him.
Great play here. Great fake by Lucky Donaldson, and he's going to pick up the first down and more.
Yeah, good call right there.
The ball carrier, brought down by James Miller. That game is due for a Tiger first down.
Under a minute to play in the first half. Clock rolls at 56 seconds. Donaldson stays in at quarterback. Turns and hands off first man through. That's Trayton Shrake. Short gain, if any, on the play.
Yeah, it looked like it really opened up, and then, boy, the hole got filled defensively.
Keep in mind, they have used all of their timeouts, and the clock is going to be down to inside of 30 seconds when they take this snap. They're taking a while getting the play in.
Well, and if you're Fairfield Union, you know that they're not going to kick it, so you just got to keep them, you know, from the goal line here the best you can.
Still haven't snapped it. Clock down inside of 20 seconds. Donaldson pitches back to Payne. Payne right side, down inside the 20. They're not going to have enough time to get another play off.
Now, if you're defense, you just lay on the runner there as long as you can.
They're trying to hustle up to spike it. Clock down to 3 seconds. and they spike it with 1.9 showing on the clock. So to bring up a 4th down and 2 with 1.9.
Well, more than the 4th and 2, Jared, is it's 19 yards. Good timeout by Coach Brandon here.
I want to invite you to stay tuned. The halftime band show is coming up. It'll be brought to you by Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Crematory and Monuments. Family owned and operated since 1889. Check them out at funeralhome.com. The Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, respect for tradition, regard for change. Band show will also be brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do. The difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, we'll see what Tigers have in their playbook here. 19-yard play is what you're looking for. I mean, you can swing the whole momentum here.
That's true.
And this is huge. Same formation, but I definitely think they got to get something wide, Jared.
Donaldson hands it to Wyatt Thatcher. Thatcher, he's got a blocker. Thatcher, big hit and stopped by number 20 of the Falcons. Is that 20 or 30? It's 20.
There's a hanky down, too.
Yeah, there is.
I can't hear you.
I don't have a 20 listed on my roster for Fairfield Union. We'll have to check that one.
24 white. If they decline, it's a half.
Decline is halftime. Okay. We have holding. 24 white. Penalties decline.
Penalties decline. End of the
So
first
the penalty is on Circleville, which means it's decline and it's halftime here at Falcon Stadium as the Fairfield Union Falcons have an outstanding first half and they lead it 21-6. Stay tuned. The halftime band show brought to you by Frank E. Smith Funeral Home and Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan is coming up next. It's the Marching Falcons will have their show from the Fairfield County Fair Parade of Bands. Stay tuned. Coming up next on the high school football game of the week.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Fairfield Medical Center, Ohio University Lancaster, Standing Stone Bank, North Body Shop, Dawn's Furniture, South Central Power, the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities, Fairfield National Bank, Jeffrey Wilson DDS, Matt Taylor Kia, Fairfield County Adam H., the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Parks, the Edwards Insurance Agency, Dagger Law, the Carriage Company, Connor Insurance Agency, Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, the Huddle Tire Company, Fairfield Federal, Lines Auto Service, Sheridan Funeral Home, and Buckeye Lake Marina.
He's gone. Ryan Schneider down the near sideline for a touchdown for the Aces.
We have a hold on the offense, number 20. That penalty will be declined. They'll bring up 4th down.
We're going to give you this game ball here because you're a Tiberios fan of the game. And thanks for being here, Jacob.
Thank you.
The Polar Bears are your OAC tournament champions. First time since 2009. What an exciting finish for the Ohio Northern Polar Bears.
Very proud of this trophy because you've earned it.
Come experience the Huddle Tire difference. Locally owned and operated since 1910, we're your independent tire and auto repair shop. We carry all major brands of tires, including Goodyear, Cooper, BF Goodrich, and many more. But we're more than just tires. From safety inspections to alignments, brakes, shocks, and struts, even preventive maintenance, we can handle it all. Enjoy the ride at Huddle Tire Company, 300 South Columbus Street, or we can be reached at our website at huddletire.com.
At Dagger Law, we have more than 110 years of combined expertise in nearly every part of law.
What I think sets us apart from any other law firm is our ability to work together.
With us, you're getting a trusted partner, in addition to a team who can help you with a growing business, changing family, planning your future, or dealing with land issues.
It's a challenge every day, and you meet an awful lot of nice people.
Your case matters. We'll take the time and the energy to ensure that you have a quality experience, quality representation.
Whatever you need, we have a lawyer who can help. Dagger Law. Local, trusted, experienced.
and don't hold back as the Marching Falcons close their 2019 Fair Show with Shut Up and Dance.
again, we would like to thank the Baltimore VFW and Lancaster City Schools for supporting today's performance. We would like to thank each of you for coming out this morning and enjoying the show. We hope you can stick around and enjoy the rest of the events that the 2019 Fairfield County Fair has to offer. Have a great day.
Welcome back to Fairfield Union, where your halftime score, the Falcons lead the Tigers 21-6. And Shu, you mentioned right before halftime that the Falcons' highest point total in any game this year was 20, and they scored 21 with still, 6 minutes to go in the first half. They're just playing a really good football game so far tonight on both sides of the field.
Yeah, they've had a really good first half. Circleville has been right there, but they've made some key mistakes. The
Yeah.
fumble down here really hurt when they were putting that drive together with the last 2 minutes. So it's really critical. Here you're coming in with a team who's, not been in this situation very much. How you start this quarter, Jared, it will establish the whole ball game.
We'll give you a look at the halftime stats brought to you by Dr. Jeffrey Wilson, DDS, with over 35 years of experience. Dr. Jeffrey Wilson and his staff are committed to providing the best dental services to their patients. Happy patients make perfect smiles, and Dr. Jeffrey Wilson and his staff will make sure your dental health and comfort is their top concern. Now accepting new patients, Dr. Wilson is currently located in Bremen, but will be expanding and bringing his years of experience to Lancaster this fall. His office can be reached at 740-569-7563 to make an appointment.
Very typical. Circleville averages right around a little over 200 yards a game rushing, hardly throw the ball.
Yeah,
there they are.
That's true.
Fairfield Union's had a really good first half for them, with 129 rushing yards and 66 passing, which is 195. The two critical things that we just hit on are the turnovers.
Yep.
They've had 2 of them, and they've cost them. So we'll see if they can take care of the ball and maybe the Tigers get back into the football game and start this half.
And that is your first half summary report tonight, brought to you by Fairfield County Parks. Plenty of nice parks out there, and what a time of the year to go check out Fairfield County Parks as the leaves are changing and falling. It's just beautiful all around Fairfield County Parks.
Yeah, they'll all be down pretty soon here. The frost coming.
That's true. So the Falcons start the second half with the football. I almost said start the game with the football. They did not, but they kind of did. They kicked off to start the game, and on play number 1, the Tigers fumble, and Fairfield Union recovers, and then they take it down and score. And I think that really kind of set the tone for tonight's ball game.
It did. It gave them a little confidence, and they've gotten a couple breaks. Maybe they didn't cause the fumble, but they were there to get on 2 of them.
Yeah.
So a little spread here, a little wide.
Patton sends his man in motion. High snap. Keeps it himself. Nice read there by Blade Patton. Patton up across the 30 and dives forward to about the 33-yard line.
Yeah, I look for Circleville to be even more aggressive this half defensively. You got to make some plays. Fairfield Union's got 195 yards in the first half with 129 of those on the rushing end. They've got to somehow make them one-dimensional.
Yeah. Second down and 2 for Fairfield Union. Luke Gornall splits out to the near side. Guy that we've called his name a lot tonight. He's kicked some extra points. He had an amazing punt out of the end zone after a bad snap, and he's done some great blocking. Here's Patton again. Good read by Blade Patton all the way across midfield and finally brought down about the 45.
I tell you, he does a really good job, and we've said it first at faking the football. He sells it.
Yeah.
And you have to make it look genuine.
First and 10 Falcons from the Circleville.
Blade comes over to the sideline to get the play. Falcons already inside on the Circleville side of the field. Here's that replay on that last run. And after the initial hit, he still carried him for about 7 yards.
Wow, 6'3" usually falls forward, too, for a couple yards.
Here's Doherty. Good job by Doherty going forward for another gain of about 6.
And that's between the tackles, too. That's, straight run. They haven't, been doing a lot of straight line blocking and running between the tackles, but, give them a little success right there.
I tell you guys, I've got to hand it to this Fairfield Union offensive staff. They've done a fantastic job tonight, calling a really balanced football game, doing a nice job at taking advantage of the speed they have on the perimeter, also mixing it up, running it in between the tackles, and then also, screen pass, throwback pass here and there. They've just done a really nice job.
On second down and 5, Patton again will keep it himself. He's got another first down and more. Patton splits the seam up the middle. Touchdown, Fairfield Union.
Patton to the house.
There it is. Marion set it up. Another great call.
Great way to start the second half for the Falcons. Gornall will come on to kick the extra point to try to put them up by 22 points with 9:48 to play in the third quarter. Kick is up and, hits the crossbar.
I think it was partially blocked.
It looked like it.
9:48 left in the third quarter.
Watch here.
27, Circleville 6.
See the good fake again? Just made he made that in, just dip his shoulder, and he got the corner on him. Great fake.
Patton's having himself a really good game tonight. Most of it on the ground. He does have 2 passing touchdowns that were sent up. Nate Schmelzer did a good job on those runs after the catch. Patton putting himself together a great final game of his high school career. Finally at halftime at Fulton Field as the Fisher Catholic Irish lead 35-20 at halftime.
55 points at halftime.
Yeah. Over in Logan Elm, the Braves are holding tight. They are trailing Amanda Clear Creek just 7-0 in the third quarter. Miller leads Fairfield Christian 14-6 at half. Bern Union over Grove City Christian 27-0 in the second quarter. Harvest Prep with just a 7-0 lead on 0-9 Liberty Union at halftime. That's a surprise, too.
That's Liberty Union hanging in there.
Bloom Carroll with a 10-3 lead over Tays Valley. There's your drive summary. 4 plays, 75 yards, 2:12 off the clock, a 41-yard touchdown run for Blade Patton.
Yeah, big run.
Carroll holds down to that 10-3 lead at halftime over Tays Valley. That's a big one. Over in Bloom Carroll, they've got to win for playoffs and really to kind of ruin Tays Valley's chance at a outright championship in the league.
Yeah, you want to share. If you don't have a part, you certainly want to share it.
I believe it would be a share with Amanda Clear Creek. And would Bloom Carroll have a share as well? Would it be 3-way?
Yeah, I think so.
I think their only loss was Amanda Clear Creek in the league.
Yes, I think you are correct. I think it's for them to get a share with Tays and Amanda.
2nd down and 7 coming up for the Tigers. Once again, this is Thatcher on the run.
Yeah, you notice Lucky's back in at quarterback.
Yep. Lucky Donaldson calling his name quite a bit at quarterback tonight. He's got a little bit of experience there through the season. Passing-wise, he's 215, 109 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's done the majority of their only 31 passes on the season. Here's Lucky looking to pass. Rifles one down. It's short of his intended receiver.
He's got a great sports name, though, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Intended for Keith Kelly, incomplete. 4th and 1 for the Tigers.
He has carried the ball 44 times for 138 yards. Tigers face a 4th and 1.
Yeah, they're going to hand it off now, and you can guess who's going to get it.
Going to be Isaac Payne, most likely. I don't know, though. He's dropped back. They give it to the first man through. Ooh, that's going to be close. Going to depend on the spot.
Yeah, they gave him a good spot.
Trayton Shrake was the carrier. Yeah, they're going to give it to him without a measurement.
Yeah, they just kept it simple. You know, straight downhill. We'll give it to the fullback. If you can't get a yard there, then probably not going to win the football game anyway.
First and 10 Tigers from their own.
1st and 10, Circleville. Here's Payne on the carry, left side this time over that left guard. And a pickup about 3 on the play.
Caught there about 10 occurred.
Second and 7.
2nd and 6 for the Tigers.
Donaldson rolls out to the far side looking to pass and just overthrows his intended receiver, Wyatt Thatcher. He might have been better served there, just tuck and run. He had some room in front of him.
Yeah, that takes some experience to read that situation. You know, we were talking about the surface and how good, you know, it's taking care of it. I had a chance to talk to Brian Young at halftime, and I told him about Pickerington. He said, a friend of ours, LeMay, from Columbus, did that, and it's all Bermuda, But he's helped them with it here and maintained. He says, and it was so warm that the Bermuda grass grows so well in heat.
Wow.
He said now it'll go immediately dormant since it's cold.
Yeah.
But he said, I said, well, I was as impressed of a field as I've ever seen. I know Mario and I both thought it was turf.
Yeah, and that's rare for
in.
Pick Centrals too.
Yeah. But he said that's what they've gone to. But he was involved in that, so he's kind of our grass specialist.
That's right.
We need to get him on the fields out there.
4th and 5 here for Circleville. Donaldson pitches it out to Payne. Payne fighting his way forward. I think he's got the first down.
Yeah, just really good effort right there. It's a big play for Circleville.
Yes, it is.
From this angle, it looks like he might be a tad short, guys. I'm not exactly sure.
Well, like,
no, they're giving it to him.
Well, Coach Schaefer down on the sideline for Fairfield Union definitely thought he was short. He was waving the other way.
That's wishful thinking when you're doing that.
1st and 10 Tigers in Fairfield Union territory. Donaldson, first man through. It's Shrake.
Real physical right there.
Yeah. Just going to run right at you.
Well, it's not straight there. It's slanting. And you got a little momentum, and he's getting it quick and running it hard. This is really how they wanted to open the game and really establish themselves. The mistakes have hurt them.
Once again, it's Shrake, and again, another first down across the 30.
Why not? You're getting 5 and 6 yards of carry right there.
Yeah, guys, this is the first time they've been in any kind of rhythm really offensively. Other than that one long run that they had, they really hadn't established any kind of, effective drive, and they're doing it right here, so I'm sure they're very happy about that.
1st and 10 Tigers at the Falcon 30-yard line. And we've got a whistle and a flag. That usually means somebody's lined up in the neutral zone.
Hit ball. Encroachment. Defense. Still first down.
So bring up a 1st and 5 for Circleville.
5-yard penalty, first down and 5 for Tigers.
Donaldson turns, hands it off. This is Thatcher. And a good job this time by the Falcon defense. On the stop, that's 74 for Fairfield Union.
Well, the only positive of this for the Fairfield Union is it's running the clock.
That's true.
If they're going to keep the ball on the ground, and if you can make them earn the 10 yards, not get something big or something real easy, you can shorten the ball game.
Here's Payne.
Yep.
Payne going to take it to the house. Touchdown Tigers.
Nice job right there by Circleville. That right side of the line, you predominantly, that was all the right side blocking, Jared.
Good drive there for Circleville. Capped off by the touchdown run by Isaac Payne to make it 27-12 with the extra point coming up. Looking like they're going to go for 2 once again.
Isaac's only a junior. He's a good-looking athlete, Jared. He's 6'2", 190 pounds, maybe, or 6 foot, 190 pounds, in that range. He's a good-looking athlete.
Ball start. Number 9 on the offense.
Conversion.
On time down. Retry.
He also
it's the second time that they've had a false start on their 2-point conversion attempt.
He has through the year. We talked about him having over 500 yards. He has provided some pain to the opponents, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Wow.
Here we go. Let's see what they got. Oh, you're going to give the 5 yards back.
Wow. Keep backing them up here.
Dead ball. Encroachment on the defense. Retry.
That's what I love to come and watch the umpire march back and forth on the field. That's really why we come to the football field. All right, fellas, let's line up right and make a play here.
Back up to the original spot. Here's Payne. Going right side. Lunging, trying to reach that ball over the goal line, and he's in for the touch or the 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion is good.
Here's a replay of the touchdown run by Isaac Payne.
Yeah, watch here. Just nobody there. And that's not going to bring him down.
No.
Said he's 190 pounds and high stepping, good active legs.
And the 2-point conversion draws them a little bit closer. 27-14 now, 5:46 to play in the third quarter.
Hey, you're back in the game.
Yes, sir.
I know you gave up a score, but you've also gotten one now where they only had one the whole first half. So,
yeah, guys, and I'll just add, kudos to Donaldson or whoever it was that may have advised that they go with a different cadence on that 2-point conversion when they were 5 yards back. Little things like that where they're able to get the 5 yards that they had just lost, allowed them to get that 2 points, really makes a difference in a game. So it's very heads-up play. I don't know, usually the quarterback's the one that calls the cadence. If he did, kudos to him.
So right. Getting 3 yards instead of 8 is a heck of a lot easier.
Yep. Line drive kick taken to the 29-yard line. This is C. Schultz trying to get to the near side. And going to be across the 40-yard line, finally down at about the 41.
That was a good football collision right there.
It was.
Good clean, hard tackle, good hard running. I like that.
Falcons with pretty good field position to start this drive as they lead at 27-14 with 5:38 to play in the third quarter.
And let's see if Circleville makes some adjustments defensively here. The quarterback keep with Patton has just been so good for Fairfield Union tonight.
Falcons break the huddle. Patton will be again out of that shotgun with Doherty to his right. 3 receivers out to the left side, 1 to the bottom of the screen. Patton again with the keeper. Oh, he lost the football. And the Tigers, I think, recovered it. Wow, that's huge. And now flags all over the place. Some extracurricular activity going on after the play.
Personal foul. Dead ball. Who's got the ball? White ball. Okay. We got a personal foul. We're going back 15 from here. Dead ball. Personal foul, number 27 on the offense. Your first down this way.
Wow, that hurts you.
Yes, it does.
Daggone, you got to keep your composure there. But they got the ball back. But again, really good play for Fairfield Union. Again, he just got stripped. He didn't protect it in traffic.
30-yard line.
I want to say thanks to our second half scoreboard sponsor. It's Buckeye Lake Marina. If you're looking for a new boat, a great pre-owned watercraft, or a place to get parts for your boat, Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. Buckeye Lake is back and better than ever, and the gang at Buckeye Lake Marina looks forward to your support.
Do you know anybody that lives at Buckeye Lake?
I think I do. This guy's sitting to my left here.
Yeah, maybe.
A little chilly out on the lake.
Yeah.
Tonight. Here's Payne. Uh-oh. Just dragging guys with him all the way across the 46. He was hanging on for dear life.
Yeah,
it was Doherty and also number 20. I don't even have a 20 on my roster for Fairfield Union.
Circleville setting the pace offensively. Marion talked about rhythm. They're really starting to get it going here with their running game.
Payne again. Ooh, took a big hit and drove him backwards. Number 30, I think it was. James Sunkel coming in for the hit.
Yeah, they're going to line right back up, though, Jared. Nope, going to huddle up.
Second down and 9 for Circleville. Donaldson hands it off. Yep. Thatcher, I believe, on the carry. Yep, Thatcher across midfield.
It's a little inside handoff. We've seen teams do the double handoff, run that this year. Lucas ran that. Of course, Lancaster runs that. Just do it a little different way.
Tell you what, that Lucas team, they were impressive a couple weeks ago. We saw that. And another team look out for in Division 6. Trimble Tomcats have only given up 6 points on the season.
Right. That's right.
Good defensive play here by the Falcons, 24. That's Ethan C. Schultz.
Ethan Cecil made a great play right there. It's easy, too, when you're reaching out to maybe get a face mask or get, commit a penalty possibly. And he didn't. He stayed with it and made a really good tackle.
Right,
Watch him here. His pursuit's excellent.
Did a great job of not getting fooled on the play either, guys.
Yeah.
Timeout, Tigers. Their first at half.
Good job fighting through that block of Isaac Payne and dropping the ball carrier behind the line of scrimmage. I actually give him back to the original line of scrimmage.
And let's say thanks to Larry Tipton and the gang at Buffalo Wild Wings for great food, great service, and the best sports viewing in town. It's all at Buffalo Wild Wings in the Plaza Shopping Center on North Memorial Drive. And remember, all of our football games will be televised with their instant replay on the big screens immediately after the game at Buffalo Wild Wings Lancaster location.
Quick check of some other games. Reynoldsburg leads Lancaster 28-13 in the third quarter. Pickerington Central over Grove City 42-6 in the fourth. Pickerington North over Gahanna Lincoln 14-9 in the third quarter. Canal Winchester leads Big Walnut 7-0 in the second quarter. Halftime, Bloom Carroll over Taze Valley 10-3. It is Harvest Prep now leading Liberty Union 14-0. Amanda Clear Creek leads Logan Elm 14-6 in the third quarter. It's Fisher Catholic over Troy Christian 35-20 at halftime. Miller leads Fairfield Christian 14-6 in the third quarter. And Bern Union over Grove City Christian 27-0 in the second. So as of right now, the three teams that we're looking at as having a shot to make the playoffs are doing what they need to do, taking care of business.
It's all you can do. You know, some people get caught up in the calculations and looking at – you just got to take care of business.
Take care of your own business. Yep. 4th down and 9. Tigers looking to punt. Maybe. Maybe not. Pass is caught. Wow. What a pass and what a catch. It was Moats back in at quarterback, and he completes the pass down to number 9, Keith Kelly, for a first down. We got a flag back. That might be roughing.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Offense.
Wow. What a play there by Scott Moats and Keith Kelly, hooking up for a first down pass, and then Moats taking the shot at the end.
A personal foul. Roughing the passer on the defense. Added on to the end of the play. First down.
Yeah, that's really late. I mean, that's really a late hit. That's a heck of a catch.
Yeah, it was. First and 10. Donaldson back in now. He's going to tuck it in and run. Boy, he took a hit by about 3 Falcons. But he gets up across the 20, a gain of about 4 on the play.
Yeah, you know, that mistake was big, that turnover. And, you know, Fairfield Union capitalized the first half on Circleville's, and now Circleville's trying to take advantage of that fumble.
Second down and 7 for the Tigers.
Second down and 7. Donaldson pitches it back to Payne. Payne following his blocker, short gain on the play, if any. Good job by the Falcons defensively that time.
Brought down by Ethan C. Schultz. 3rd and 6 for the Tigers.
3rd down and 6 for Circleville. Clock rolls at 2:49 to play in the third quarter, 27-14. Fairfield Union with the lead. Here's a handoff. Uh-oh, this is Thatcher. Boy, I thought he was going to break it there at the end. He's real close to a first down. I think he might have it. Yes, he does.
That gain is good for a Tiger first down.
First and 10, Tigers. They can still get a first down right about the 1.5 yard line.
Tiger from the 11.
Donaldson gives to the first man through. This is 16, Trayton Shrake, all the way down inside the 5.
Yeah, he's had a big second half here from his fullback spot.
Brought down by Nate McCamish.
Predominantly right-hand side football team running the football behind the big boys on the right side over there.
Here's Shrake again, pushing forward and gets.
Yeah, but
he's got the first down.
That was running a little different there. You know, not to that right side. Those guys have moved and dominated on the right side here in the second half.
Makes a first and goal for the Tigers.
First and goal at the 1 yard line for Circleville, trailing at 27-14, under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Donaldson pitches it back to Payne, and he slips it down inside the 5, a loss of a yard or 2 on the play. I think he was going to walk in.
It was definitely there. Just the turf got him.
Yep. Bring up a second down and goal.
And they have not done a lot of that where they've tossed it, Jared, and got
Right.
get out there off tackle either. It's a good call.
Here's Payne again. And this time he's brought down 62 or 63 for the Falcons. 63, I believe. Is that right, Marion?
I think it might have been 53, guys.
53, okay.
Tanner Curry.
Really good play coming from the backside here.
Yeah, brought down by James Sunkel.
Third down and goal at the 2-yard line. Thatcher on the carry. Stacked up at the goal line, still fighting, and I don't think he got in.
Brought down short of the goal.
Going to bring up a 4th and goal at the 1. Falcons have stood him up 3 in a row. We'll see if they can do it here on 4th.
Tough chore. Circleville blocks well. The backs are big. They're good. We'll see. Battle of wills right here.
This might be play of the game, guys.
You're right. Donaldson to the first man through. No signal yet. They're still looking. No, they're not giving it to him.
Wow.
They're saying first down Falcons. He did not make it to the goal line.
We have no idea.
I know. We can't tell from up here.
When I watch games or college games on Saturday, I can't even tell on the replays.
No, I agree. Yeah.
You start peeling people apart. And
Falcons take over first and 10.
How about that?
from
Let's
the
see here.
6-inch line.
It's impossible to see it here.
Yeah, there's no way to tell.
I couldn't tell either, guys, and I'm standing right here on the field. You just couldn't tell. So,
and that's why the officials don't make an immediate signal of touchdown. They got to go in and see where the ball is. And there it is, 6 inches off the goal line. Great stop by the Falcons.
Oh, they did the same thing to them.
And that's exactly what they wanted, to try to get a little bit of breathing room.
Tigers, 5-yard
Ball.
penalty.
Encroachment by the defense.
Falcons.
Still first.
Takes it out to the 5.5-yard line.
6-inch line.
First and 5. See, we've had a couple 1st and 5. So we've had a 1st and 3.
First
earlier.
and 3. That's the first time this year. 1st and 3.
Patton again out of the shotgun with Doherty standing to his left. And I think we might have had movement early, but no flags.
Patton, the ball carrier.
As Patton gets up near the 10, as time runs out here in the 3rd quarter. The Falcons right now with that huge defensive stand. And Marion, you said it could be the play of the game, and I think you might be right. That if they score right there, that it totally changes the momentum. They're only down by a touchdown.
Yeah, it makes it a totally different ball game. And again, you got to give credit to this Fairfield Union defense. They've played pretty well all season. Here and there, really not indicative of what their record is. They've been put in some difficult positions with some turnovers, some special teams miscues, but they've played, good in spots throughout the season, and tonight they couldn't have come up big in a bigger spot than they just did there. Just excellent job. When Circleville had a lot of momentum going, they score there again. They're down by a touchdown, and you've got yourself a ball game, but they did a really nice job, and let's see if the offense can continue the momentum.
And Circleville really dominated the end of that quarter as far as
they
momentum,
did.
too,
You're right.
after the score and then got the turnover. So that's a huge play.
Got a score over in Carroll. Taze Valley scores. Score listed as 10-9, so I'm not sure if they are awaiting the extra point or if maybe they missed the extra point. So Bloom Carroll right now, it's listed as leading 10-9 in the 3rd quarter. Amanda is up 14-6 on Logan Elm in the 4th quarter. And Fisher Catholic leads Troy Christian 35-20 in the 3rd quarter. Hey, we've had some of our staff members here at Interface Video have had some very productive and interesting weeks this week. Shane Messina, our man Shane, who's usually in the truck producing with Bob and Donnie, he got engaged this week, Shu. Look at that. Congratulations to Shane Messina. Actually, it was just yesterday, right, Bob? Just yesterday got engaged.
Halloween, he'll never forget it.
So congratulations to Shane. You can just tell there how happy they are. And I follow Shane on social media on Facebook, and he was definitely excited yesterday with
good for him.
Several posts about his fiance. So congratulations to them. And then after this play, Jimmy Spires had an eventful, was a weekend last weekend? I want to see this. On 2nd down and 3, it's a first down run and more for the Falcons. Coming your way, it's number 9, Hayden Collins. Collins with one man to beat. Good move back to the middle. Collins to the 20, down inside the 10, and finally brought down by Isaac Payne at the 9-yard line. Great run by Collins. There's a flag all the way back at the 20.
Boy, Flags have really taken some big plays out of this game.
Wow. Wow. We've seen it wipe off 2 touchdowns.
Yes.
And now this
and
huge
2 huge
run.
plays.
Yeah.
We've had 2 long runs also, counting this one. So really 4 big plays in the game.
We'll get our Don's Furniture Mattress call from our official.
Play ball. Play ball.
Second down.
Legal block in the back, number 11 on the offense. First down.
Good job by the official right there. We got a chance to hear it. He didn't penalize anybody or anything. Just told him to play ball because I'm sure there was
frustration.
Yeah, that happens.
11:41 to play in the ball game. 27-14 the score. Falcons with a 2nd down and 1 here after the penalty. Wipes out a really long run all the way down inside the 20.
Well, they kind of went with Wildcat right there.
Yeah, something we haven't seen.
No, straight snap. You know, Marion talked about how they've done the great job of play calling and doing different things. Well, they gave him another one right there. Just had no legal block.
Patton gives it to Doherty. And Doherty fighting to get across the 10 for a first down. I think he did.
Yep.
Here you're going to see the penalty right here in the middle. Here it comes right here. They called it on 11. And that's a good call.
Yeah.
You put your hands in the square in the middle of his back.
You know, all he had to do was just go there and stop.
Yeah, just stop.
You know, Marion talked about that blocking in the first half. Sometimes you just got to be in the way.
Yeah.
You know,
and they might, the player might say, well, I barely touched him. You know what? Your hands are extended in the middle of his back. They're going to call it all day.
You know, you and I have talked a lot about basketball, too. Fouls are called because what they look like.
Right.
That looks like he committed a mistake.
Yep.
You know, and so the officials are going to call it.
1st and 10, Fairfield Union. Patton keeps it himself up the middle. Blade all the way out near the 20-yard line.
Yeah, the key right now is protect the football also. You know, the one turnover cost you some momentum and a score, and you've gotten the ball back now. An opportunity because they have put together some drives tonight. You know, we talked in the pregame and before the game also about them establishing some consistency, building a drive, and you know, Marion always talks about rhythm, and in your offense, you have to have some rhythm, and they've had that tonight, along with big plays. Unfortunately, some of them called back.
Patton and Collins split out to the near side. Or check that it was Gordon Collins. Patton hands it off to, that is Doherty, all the way up to the 40-yard line. Nice run for a first down.
They've just done a really good job getting to the second, phase of the defense and making big plays.
Yeah. Tim, our top cameraman, Jimmy Spires, is not only really, really good at shooting camera. You know what else he's good at? Ziplining. Check it out.
Oh, my goodness. We can send him straight down to the field to give Marion a drink, can't
That's
we?
what I said.
Yeah.
I said, can we set up a zip line from this stadium over to the far stands, the visiting stands? And
look at that guy.
Look at this dude. Even one-handed, giving thumbs up.
And I'm not going to give an age, but he's no puppy out there doing that, you know.
No spring chicken.
Wow.
Across water even. Look at that.
Tell you what.
There's Jimmy right there.
He's braver than me. I know that.
That looks like fun. That's something I've never done.
I never will. I'll solve that. That's not in my bucket list. Okay.
Tim, you don't know what you're missing. I zip-lined on
Have
my
you done
honeymoon.
it?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
No way.
Yep, on my honeymoon down in Mexico, over the kind of the jungle and the trees, everything. It was incredible. Great experience. I highly recommend.
Yeah. And I stay off roller coasters, and
you got to live a
I got
little.
enough thrills in my life.
2nd and 8 for the Falcons. Patton again with the keeper. Nice read again. Patton across the middle of the field and across midfield to a first down.
Is good for another Falcons first down.
Tell you what, Marion, this Blade Patton does a really nice job on the reads.
He does. He has great vision, and you can tell he just really has a knack for when to keep the ball, when to put it in the gut, and really when he gets ahead of steam going downhill, it's really, really impressive. I mean, this guy can really run in the open field. He's shown it tonight, and especially when he gets in the second level with the secondary players and things like that, he can really make some plays out there.
1st and 10 Falcons. In the circle on the Circleville side of the field. Patton gives it to Doherty this time. Doherty looked like he was going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, but falls his way forward to pick up a 4 or 5 on the play.
Yeah, take that every time.
Yeah.
You know, and you got the clock running. You're under 8 minutes now. You just want to be consistent. And, again, you have to have ball security in this situation. Circleville's not really been able to just really stop them from running the football,
Yeah,
Jared.
you're right. We have a whistle, an official with timeout.
Okay. I don't always understand all that, but
so clock rolls, 7.5 to go and counting here in the ball game. Falcons lead at 27-14. 2nd down and 7. Low snap. Patton hands it off to Doherty. Doherty up the middle. Doherty! Good run down inside the 30.
boy, they're just gouging them, Jared, right now. They're just creating holes, and the backs are running through contact. That's what's really good to see. Not going down at the first bump or first little nudge.
1st and 10, Falcons from the Tigers, 32. 27.
I mean, look at this, shorter square, got the ball tucked up tight. Now he's going to protect it. You got to get 2 hands on it there, young man.
Yep. First and 10, Falcons at the Circleville 27-yard line. Milking that clock. Patton will keep it himself. We've got a flag coming down. And could this possibly be another touchdown coming back? A third one.
Yeah, the umpire
for Fairfield
threw
Union.
Backfield on black.
Motion.
Wow.
Illegal motion against the Falcons.
So for the 3rd time tonight, a touchdown is wiped off the board.
Motion. Number 4.
I didn't see that live, Jared. I mean, I would almost like to see that. I did not see the motion initially there.
Sounded like the umpire.
He said it was in the backfield.
Yeah, it was in the backfield somewhere. I don't think it was Doherty.
That's 3 touchdowns called back.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're still leading 27-14. Gives them a 1st down and 11 here. Patton with Doherty standing to his right side. Doherty following some blockers out on the near side, down inside the 20.
Don't want to get out of bounds.
No, don't go out of bounds.
No, you don't want to go out of bounds there.
Pushed out by Graham.
So we got a score update over in Bloom Carroll. Apparently they did either miss or block that field goal. It was 10-9. Now Bloom Carroll's added a score. They're up 17-9 in the 4th quarter.
Good for the Bulldogs.
Amanda Clear Creek is taking control of that game at Logan Elm. They lead 28-6. Here's a replay.
Yeah, right here, you got cut right back in. Don't want to get out of bounds there. Keep the clock running.
Fisher Catholic leads 41-20 in the third quarter, so the three teams that we're watching closely continue to take care of business. Here's Patton, and a good job collapsing that hole by the Tigers defense. It was number 70, I believe, on the stop.
But that's not all bad if you're Fairfield Union, because that's going to take even that much more time off. You got third and a yard now. You can minimize the opportunity amount of time that Circleville is going to have to come back.
Yeah.
Third one for the Falcons.
Clock rolls down inside of 6 minutes to play. Third down and looks like less than one for Fairfield Union. Patton will keep it himself. Wow, he got through that hole in a hurry.
You know what? You got to give the kid credit right there. I know he held the ball up and whatever, but you know what? When you've gone through the season they've gone through, he's been tremendous tonight.
Yeah, he has.
He looked like he shot out of a cannon.
It did. I mean, it's not too often you see a quarterback go right up the middle and not even get touched, I don't think. Let's watch this replay. No, nobody touched him.
Nah.
Right through the middle.
Hey, give the line credit right there. It opened up like the Red Sea, didn't it?
33-14 with the extra point to come.
I think they're going for two, Jared.
I think they are.
Last one hit, what, the crossbar? Was that the one before?
Yeah. Doherty will stand to the left of Blade Patton.
Why not?
Keeps it himself and just trucks his way in.
Why not?
The two-point conversion makes it 35-14 with 5:37 to play in the ball game.
Score with 5:37 left in the fourth. Fairfield Union 35, Circleville 14.
Boy, they have scored 15 more points than they have in any game this year.
And had 3 touchdowns called back.
And three called back.
Penalties.
I mean, you know, this is what a credit to this team. I mean, you come in 0-9, you know, and you play a game like this. They're playing good, hard football, and be honest with you, they don't look like an 0-9 team. Now, obviously, you know, you're playing a team that's 1-8, but still, they've looked good tonight.
No, they look very sharp. They're quick, very decisive.
Key right here, Shu. 14 plays, 99-yard drive, 7:22 off the clock. That was key right there.
They have put together a really good offensive game tonight.
Yeah, a 99-yard drive.
I mean, when you look at that and you say that they've only scored 20 points in a game this year, pretty amazing.
Yeah. 18-yard touchdown run for Blade Patton. There's a good look at Blade over on the sideline. Marion, you were about to say something?
I was just going to say, guys, you know, the key also for them is they haven't turned the ball over. You know, indicative of this season, they've really shot themselves in the foot. While they've had some really bad penalties, tonight they haven't turned the ball over, and that's been crucial for them to be able to put as many points on the board, keep the offensive momentum going. It's really just made the big difference tonight, and it's showing, you know, that when they hold on to the ball, they've got some athletes, particularly Patton and some other guys. Skurcher's made some great plays. They can do some damage on the offensive side of the football.
And as well as they've played offensively, I still go back to what you said, Marion, on that 4th and 1 at the goal line. That was play of the game.
Any goal line stand's critical.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that shows a little bit of fight in your team.
We have a penalty on Circleville here. Would they substitute somebody at the end too late? Illegal substitution?
I don't know. Let's see if is he going to announce the penalty?
I think he did, but he was way down here at the goal line, so we didn't see it.
Substitution penalty against the Tigers.
Substitution.
Somebody came on late, I guess.
Somebody in the crowd yelled TV timeout. Pretty funny.
It is not a TV timeout, people.
So now they'll kick it from the 45 of Circleville.
Well, that's big, too. If he can get the ball close to the end zone here, Jared, and then make them have to drive the field.
Nice bouncing kick. It's loose and finally covered.
They got to go 86 yards now.
So the Tigers they're marking it at the 15, so 85 yards, 5:35 to play in the game. They trail at 35-14.
From their own 13-yard line.
Oh, they did back it up now to 13.
No, 87 yards then.
Yeah.
And 5:35, and you don't throw the ball. Not a good scenario to be in.
Pass incomplete, I believe intended for number 9. He was the only one even close. That's Keith Kelly. Donaldson in the game at quarterback still.
Yeah, I was lucky, but he's running left there. And, we've talked all year about how hard that is for some people, and especially players that aren't, he's a younger player.
Right.
It's tough.
Second and 10. Donaldson pitches it back. It's Isaac Payne, not much there. His defense has done a nice job. Coming up momentarily, we're going to have our players of the game. We'll have one from each team, a player from Fairfield Union and a player from Circleville.
Third and 9 for the Tigers.
BC continues to lead Taze Valley 17-9 over in Bloom Carroll. Here's Thatcher going around left side. Close to the 20-yard line. Going to bring up a 4th down. And they have no choice here but to go for it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, reaching for his hamstring, Jared. Not good.
Injured Falcon down. That's James Sunkel. Looking like they're going to work out a cramp, maybe. While we have an injury on the field, I know we have 4:41 left to play, but let's go ahead and get to our players of the game. Let's do the Circleville player of the game first. Brought to you by Fairfield National Bank. Fairfield National Bank knows that when life gets real, you need a banker who cares about your story. Take Lauren, for example. After her father passed, Lauren knew her mother should move in with her, but she also knew mom needed help getting her finances in order. That's why they sat down with one of our bankers. Together they got the attention and accounts they needed to navigate the transition, and Lauren found free time to finally learn to make that favorite pie of her mom's. We call that banking built for your life. Fairfield National Bank is a division of the Park National Bank.
Excuse me. Here we go, big play.
First man through. I think that was 16 that time. Trayton Shrake. They got the first down.
That gain is good for a Tiger first down. First and 10 Tigers from the 25.
So first and 10 for the Tigers. That's a big pickup right there. Donaldson pitches it out again. It's Payne going right side. Pickup of a few on the play. That Fairfield National Bank Circleville player of the game shoe.
I think they've done a good job, but I think the guy that's been there all year, he's the workhorse, is Isaac Payne. He's carried the load tonight. He's had, he scored points for him. He's just had a huge game, and I think you got to recognize Isaac Payne. And Isaac's back next year. If you want to get out and see a good back, he's only a junior. Get out and watch the Tigers play next year and see Isaac Payne.
So congratulations to Isaac Payne, the Fairfield National Bank Circleville player of the game. Let's get to the Fairfield Union player of the game, brought to you by Edwards Insurance Agency, specializing in providing personalized insurance coverage that meets the needs of our individual clients. Contact Todd or Dale Edwards today.
I mean, really, we've talked about it the whole game, and Blade Patton's been tremendous
Yeah.
tonight, Jared. Whole team's been really good.
They have.
But Blade's really set the tone. As a senior, he's just done an incredible job, quarterback position.
So congratulations, Blade Patton, quarterback for the Fairfield Union Falcons, our Falcon Player of the Game, brought to you by the Edwards Insurance Agency.
I'd also like to give a little shout out to the Falcon offensive line
Yes,
tonight. You know,
definitely.
a lot of guys are playing both ways too, and they've done a tremendous job
Yep.
of opening those holes and creating some offensive just explosion for them.
4th and 1. Here's a first down carry and more. Blade Pat, or no, check that. That's 16. I thought it was Payne for a minute, but that's 16. Trayton Shrake.
Shrake's had a really great second half. He's had a good ball game overall, but he's had a really good second half.
6 foot, 160-pound senior.
Yeah, he was definitely in for player of the game also, but he's done a really nice job.
Watch out for this team next year. You mentioned Payne, just a junior, but so is Lucky Donaldson, who's been playing quarterback quite a bit tonight, and their Scott Moats, other quarterback's just a freshman.
Right here, you just see him keep it going. He's powerful.
And here back to live action. It's Payne again on the carry near the 20, but there's Shrake.
You got to remember, this Circleville team, this is a young team. When
It
you look
is.
down the roster, Jared, only 4 seniors.
Yeah.
So they've got a lot to look forward to.
Second down 7 for Coyotes.
You got to get your players sold on getting better, and they will.
Still playing hard here inside of 3 minutes.
They played hard all night. This Fairfield Union just has had a really, really big game. It's a home game for them, a senior night, and their speed has just, made the difference.
Marianne, you talked about it earlier tonight. It's a testament to the coaching staffs and just the will of these players to come out here and play hard when you're 0-9 and 1-8. But, Circleville could very easily right here just give up. But they're playing hard all the way to the final buzzer.
Yeah, they are. And, it's never fun to lose, especially when you're losing your last game for some of these seniors. But it says a lot about their character that they're continuing to fight hard. They don't want to go out with that bitter taste in their mouth, but, they're continuing to play hard. They're continuing to, run the football, play till the last whistle. Just got to give them credit. It says a lot about their character. And, again, Fairfield Unions as well coming out the way they have tonight, even being 0-9.
Yep.
I always say in any sport, I don't care, boys, girls, whatever sport, Jared, I don't like to see a team not have a win.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
I don't root necessarily for, when we do this, we enjoy both teams and enjoy the whole thing, but I just don't really like to see anybody not have a win during the season, not to experience that, because they all work hard.
Donaldson's pass is caught. Nice catch down at the 15-yard line.
But that was 4th down, Jared.
It's going to be close to the first down. Depends on the spot.
No,
More importantly, the player is injured. That's Keith Kelly.
I think he's short. But we're looking from a long way away here across the field.
Yeah, Kelly took a shot to the back and gets up slowly. I think they might bring on the chains to measure this one.
That would be the first time all night.
Yep. They are going to bring them on.
Here with 1:20 to go, we haven't had the chains out all night, so give them a little FaceTime here.
While they do that, let's congratulate the Amanda Clear Creek Aces, a 28-6 victor tonight down at Logan Elm. And they were sitting at number 4 in their region, so that should solidify them a playoff spot tonight. Even though Logan Elm had just one win going in, Amanda Clear Creek taking care of their own business and will probably get in. At last check, it's Bloom Carroll right now with a 17-9 lead in the 4th quarter. And I just got an update from Fulton Field. 48-26 Fisher Catholic leads with 5:20 left in the 3rd.
Hey, we might be able to get out here and go watch the 4th quarter, Jared.
That's true. So the Falcons held again on defense. And they will take over with 1:20 to play. And Patton will just take a knee and run the clock out.
Yeah, remember, he has not been able to do that all year. And here we are, November the 1st.
Yeah.
He's now taking a knee. Well, you know what? A great feeling for a senior right there.
Yeah.
He never got to experience that until
That's true.
now.
Clock down inside of a minute. Going to wait till the very last second to snap this one. And he takes another knee. And the Fairfield Union Falcons on senior night in week number 10 pick up their first win of the year. Great job tonight by the Falcons. They played hard. They played really, really well. They had 3 touchdowns called back, which could make this even more out of hand. But even when they had those called back, they still kept those drives alive. They didn't hang their heads.
Just to have them experience the feeling of a victory, Joe. Yep. It's just different. You know, you're not, like I said, you're not a schmuck or a bum if you don't win.
Sure.
But just to let them have that feeling that, gosh, it does pay off.
Yep.
It does either way, but.
And the seniors will get to go and ring the victory bell one last time here as a Falcon. Got to feel good for them about that. We're going to try to get Coach Bo Brandon with our Marion Royster if we can. Final score again tonight. Fairfield Union over Circleville 35-14. Congratulations to the Falcons on their first win of the year. Beth Campetti working on the final stats, and I think those are ready. So as we wait for Coach Brandon, if he's going to be available, we'll tell you that our final stats tonight brought to you by Dr. Jeffrey Wilson, DDS, with over 35 years of experience. Dr. Jeffrey Wilson and his staff are committed to providing the best dental services to their patients. Happy patients make perfect smiles, and Dr. Jeffrey Wilson and his staff will make sure your dental health and comfort is their top concern. Now accepting new patients, Dr. Wilson is currently located in Bremen, but will be expanding and bringing his years of experience to Lancaster this fall. His office can be reached at 740-569-7563 to make an appointment.
And look how even those are. I mean, you have 376 to 365, Jared. You have 11-yard difference.
Wow.
You know, the turnovers, again, I think it really hurt Circleville in the first half. They got dug a hole. Had a good second half, fought back, like you said, played to the end.
Yeah.
But the big plays, and I think the speed of the Falcons was critical tonight.
So good job. And look at the time of possession as well. Circleville held the advantage there. But, man, again, Fairfield Union just put their best game of the year on the field in the final week of the season to pick up the win, 35-14. And we've got Marion Royster down on the sideline with the victorious Coach Bo Brandon. Take it away, Marion.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I'm here with Coach Bo Brandon. Coach, we're here. First of all, congratulations, Coach. First win of the season. How's it feel?
Feels good. Feels good. Seniors worked hard this year. Things didn't go our way, so it's great to get a win for these guys. Leave off feeling on a positive note.
Absolutely. You talk about the heart and the fight of your team. So many plays tonight, especially in the second half. Here down the goal line stand you had at the end of the third quarter was probably the play of the game. Talk a little bit about that and how important that was.
Yeah, goal line stand was huge. We got a couple dings tonight, so we lost some guys. So we had put some Band-Aids on, and I mean the heart, the way these guys played. The goal line stand was huge. We told them if we can get a stop here, I think we'll be able to seal the game. They're gonna pack, and we did a great job. I can't be more proud for our kids.
Yeah, and you're talking about that. We talked tonight on the air about, despite you guys not having a win yet this season, the guys just came out and played hard. You would know it. They, just showed a lot of grit, showed a lot of character, particularly your senior class. Maybe talk a little bit about them and just the heart that they showed tonight.
Yeah, what we saw tonight, that was a testament to their work ethic and their character. And kind of the things we want to instill in the program with, things don't always go your way in life. There's adversity, and you just got to keep fighting because nobody's gonna help you. The world's cruel, and they did a great job. We've had these freshmen. This was our first year here as a staff, so to watch these guys grow, it's been amazing. It's been a great pleasure for me. I love them.
That's awesome. Good stuff. Thanks, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Mariano. Thanks to Coach Bo Brandon. His team put together a great game tonight.
I enjoyed this tonight. I knew I would.
Yeah.
See two teams that are really, battling it out here, and you just look down the road now.
Yeah.
You got to catch your breath, get in the off season, and go back to work. Play your winter and spring sports if you can, fellas. Go do it, but suit up and it's just a fun game tonight, Jared.
Marion, final thoughts on the regular season and looking forward to the postseason with 3 local teams possibly making it.
Yeah, very excited. You know, these teams that you were talking about have
overthrown. His intended receiver was 24, Ethan Seaschultz.
Yeah, good play.
This
just
season.
you know,
just really looking forward to that. But tonight, again, can't say enough about the Fairfield Union team. They did a really great job. You know, continuing to come out and play hard despite not having a win yet this season. And you know, the nice thing about football is no matter what, you know, they want the one win tonight. They're going to celebrate like they were 10-0. So congratulations to that team and that staff, and a heck of a job.
I want to say thanks to our entire Interface Video Productions crew, which tonight included Jimmy Zipline Spires on camera. And a newly engaged Shane Messina. He did some running for us tonight. I want to say thanks to him. And also, coming up next week, we don't know where we'll be, but we'll be someplace on the tournament trail.
Be great. Yeah, you know, it just gets better, Jared. We've had a lot of fun here, and this was good to do. Always good to come to Fairfield Union. Thanks to all the people here, and Andy Clark and everybody here. So it's always great to come out to Rushville.
Final score tonight: Fairfield Union victorious over Circleville, 35-14. We'll be somewhere next week with tournament play, with playoffs, either. Amanda Clear Creek, could be Bloom Carroll, could be Fisher Catholic. We'll see where they're going to be, and we'll be somewhere to bring you all the action. So congratulations to the Falcons going out with a victory tonight. For our entire Interface Video Productions crew, Marion Royster and Tim Shoemaker, I'm Jared Stewart. Have yourselves a great night, everybody.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Fairfield Medical Center, Ohio University Lancaster, Standing Stone Bank, North Body Shop, Dawn's Furniture, South Central Power, the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities, Fairfield National Bank, Jeffrey Wilson DDS, Matt Taylor Kia, Fairfield County Adam H., the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Parks, the Edwards Insurance Agency, Dagger Law, the Carriage Company, Connor Insurance Agency, Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, the Huddle Tire Company, Fairfield Federal, Lines Auto Service, Sheridan Funeral Home, and Buckeye Lake Marina. This has been an IVP Sports production.